So one of the first things I did was these little nuts and bolts dogs. Hi, my name's Josh from Brown Dog Welding, and I've been welding for close to 20 years, like 18-ish. And I started as a millwright at Chrysler, and welding was the part of the job that I loved, and I couldn't get enough of it. So I was always taking scrap parts and welding them together, just running beads on steel. And after a while, the kind of natural evolution is, hey, can I make something out of these things? So one of the first things I did was these little nuts and bolts dogs. They make awesome gifts for friends and family. These are kind of just really simple little pieces to make. They don't take a lot of skill. They take creativity, imagination, and it's a nice way to kind of sharpen your knowledge while you're having fun doing it. I'm going to be using some Channellock pliers. I've got my welder's pliers here, the 426, the aviation snips, and some lineman's pliers. And depending on the parts I use, kind of depends on what tools I use. And as you can see, I have just a bunch of nuts and bolts and scrap steel. The dogs are pretty basic, and the trick is to make something that looks kind of unique and fun and has the right proportions. I've literally done hundreds of these, and each one of them is different and unique. So we're gonna put one together. I'm gonna kind of just use some stuff I got here. I think I might use this. This is an old socket. I've got a few bolts for legs, these 4 bolts, and then we'll kind of just wing it and see what we come up with. So the first thing is you want to have clean material to work with. It's not like a deep clean, it's sort of just to get the surface contaminants off. All right, now I've got the body, and I'm going to use these 4 similar bolts for the legs. They don't have to be exact to give it a little bit of character. So to put these legs on, I'm gonna lift up the body with just a piece of scrap steel. And where you place the legs kind of affects proportions. So on this one, I'm gonna put them kind of even. And then I'm just gonna zap it here. On an earlier episode of Trading Knowledge, I showed how to clean a MIG gun, and now I'm gonna have to do that with the welding pliers. As you can see, some spatter has built up. And that tip, that's the oxidization I was talking about, which makes hard art. So I'll take the welding pliers, snip that end, but I'm also gonna actually pull this off and clean out the nozzle. All right, I got the 4 legs put on. And now I'm going to make the head. This was a locking nut off of one of my cars. And here's the end of a bolt head. I kind of just use whatever I have laying around to hold stuff up. All right, now it's got a head. It needs some eyes. I'm just gonna put this on the back of that and zap it together. For the tail, I'm going to use a piece of TIG rod. But I want to give the tail a little character, so I want to put a little curve in it. I'm going to take the 426 and clamp it in nice and tight. Give it just a couple of little, just a couple little tweaks. We'll take the pliers that have extra leverage to cut the piece of 1/8 inch. he needs some ears. So we're gonna take some of this thin stainless steel and these Channellock aviation snips. It's nice to have something to hold on to when you're kind of tacking it into place. So I'm gonna leave it a little bit longer and then cut it once it's tacked on. So now that it's on there, you can kind of curve it up like that, but I want them to be short, so I'm just gonna snip it right off. Maybe a little crimp right there. Kind of want to give him a snout, so I might just give him some nostrils right there with just tacking it. And really, all that's left now is cleaning up the sharp edges. Brush it. And there he is. So now you can have a whole group of dogs, and it's just kind of a nice, fun way to keep your brain sharp when you kind of got nothing else going on, and you need to exercise your brain. It's a nice, fun little way to do that. That's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in, and have fun.